In this class, we will discuss about measurement of temperature. For measuring temperature, resistance thermometers, semiconductor thermometers, thermistors, thermocouples, bimetallic thermometers and radiation pyrometers can be used. First, we will discuss about resistance thermometers. In these resistance thermometers, they use the principle that whenever resistance of a metal changes, whenever temperature of the metal changes, its resistance changes. By measuring the change in resistance, we can estimate how much temperature is applied to the metal. So the properties required for the material to be used as thermometer material is, it should have large change in resistance per degree centigrade. It should have continuous and stable relationship with temperature. So such a material is platinum. Therefore, if platinum is used in RTDs, resistance temperature detectors, we can call it as platinum RTD. So platinum will have a good resistance versus temperature characteristics, which is well defined and will have high degree of repeatability. Therefore, normally platinum is used in RTDs. So this platinum will be used in the form of foils or thin films deposited on insulating surface, or in the type of wire. It can be used. It can be used as helical coil wound with double wind coil to eliminate inductive effects. So there are two types of platinum RTDs. One is laboratory type, another one is industry type. Coming to laboratory type RTD, in this laboratory type RTD is shown in this figure A, and in this platinum wire is wound on a mica former. So this is mica core. On this mica core, platinum wire is wound as double helical coil. That is, one layer is wound on it and return layer is also wound on it, so that inductive effect will be eliminated. And this A and B are the terminals of this platinum wire. So it is wound on mica former. So this is enclosed in a glass envelope or Pyrex envelope, and it may be evacuated or filled with some inert gas to protect the platinum wire. And also the use of this cover is, it protects the platinum from chemical attack. So this is the construction of laboratory type RTD, and this figure shows industry type RTD. In this industry type RTD, on the ceramic former, this is ceramic former, which is like an insulator in the insulator string in a distribution system or transmission system. So on this ceramic former, platinum wire is wound as double layer. As double layer platinum wire is wound, its terminals are brought outside, and this is enclosed in a glass envelope, or it may be a steel envelope. If glass is used, it can be used up to 150 degrees centigrade. If steel is used as enclosure, then we can use up to 850 degrees centigrade. So here main thing in RTDs, resistance temperature detectors, is these materials will change their resistance based on temperature value. Therefore, whenever temperature changes, their resistance changes. We have to measure the change in resistance, and we have to estimate temperature applied to it. Therefore, resistance measurement is the important thing in RTDs. For measuring resistance in RTDs, two methods are used. One is 3-lead method, another one is 4-lead method. First, we will discuss about 3-lead method. In this 3-lead method, RTD is resistance thermometer platinum element is connected in one arm of Wheatstone bridge. It will have 3 leads. This is lead 1, and this is lead 2 connected to source. This is lead 3 connected to R3. So each lead will have a resistance of RL ohms. These are resistive leads. 3 leads are there for the RTD. And in this Wheatstone bridge, In addition, we will use two sliding resistors S1 and S2. So because of these sliding resistances, some resistance will be added to R3 and R2 from S1 and S2. From R1 also some resistance will be added. So in this, under normal condition, when there is no temperature is applied to resistance thermometer, it will have some resistance. Therefore, bridge is balanced. S1, this jockey point will be at somewhere and this point will be at this position. Bridge will be balanced and this galvanometer reading will be 0. If a resistance is applied, a temperature is applied to this platinum thermistor, its resistance changes. In that case, we have to obtain balance again by changing the sliding contacts. So change the sliding contacts and again re-establish the balance of the bridge. So it will move to some position F, some fraction F from this end. This is also moved some fraction F, and S1 and S2 are equal and these fractions are equal. And here now under this condition and under rebalanced condition, this equation holds good. Resistance of this path divided by resistance of this path is equal to resistance of R1 resistance of this arm divided by resistance of this arm. So resistance, what is the resistance of this arm? RT plus RL. One lead is there. RT plus RL is resistance of this this arm. For this arm, resistance is RL plus R3 plus fraction of S2, FS2 up to this. This is FS2. So this is FS2. And similarly on this side, this is equal to resistance of this arm is R1 plus this part resistance. Resistance of this part resistance is equal to total resistance S1 minus FS1. S1 minus FS1. Similarly, resistance of this arm, fourth arm is, so we have this resistance we want, this resistance on this part resistance we want. This can be obtained by total resistance S2 minus FS2. So S2 minus FS2 is this resistance plus R2 and this resistance is FS1. So this is the balance equation. In this equation, if this RHS is equal to 1, then we will get this is equal to this one. So RT plus RL is equal to RL plus R3 plus FS2. So RT is equal to R3 plus FS2. Therefore, R3 is known resistance. By knowing F value, by measuring F value, we can estimate RT value from this bridge circuit. Then coming to 4 lead method, in this 4 leads are used. Capital C, small c, capital T, small t. On one side of thermistor, small c, capital C. On the other side of this one, small t and capital T. So this C and T will have resistances. So similarly in this case also, when there is no temperature change at RT, bridge is balanced. And this is RA and this is RA is variable resistance. RA is a variable resistance. So when temperature changes here, bridge will be unbalanced. Therefore, this galvanometer reads some value. To get again balanced condition and galvanometer reading 0, you vary RA. Vary RA until to re-establish the balance and note down the value of RA. So in that case, RA plus RC is equal to RT plus capital T. And similarly, same experiment is done on this circuit. Only thing is these terminals capital C, small t, capital T are interchanged. Previously, these are on this side and T are on the right side. They have shifted onto this side, left side of this one. Then again balanced condition is same procedure. balanced condition is obtained and RB value is noted. So RB plus capital T is equal to RT plus C. By solving this, we will get RT is equal to RA plus RB by 2. So by measuring RA value and RB value, so these two circuit readings are necessary for getting accurate results. From only one also we can get the reading, but if two circuits are used, we can take the average of the reading and we can get accurate result of RT value. So this is about 4 lead method. Then another semiconductor thermometer is semiconductor thermometer. In this, semiconductor material is used. Normally germanium crystals are used, and this can be used for temperatures below 25 degree Kelvin, and it will have very large temperature coefficient of resistance. These are very sensitive and its repeatability is very high. So, and silicon also we can use. Its temperature range will be minus 48 degrees centigrade to 252 degrees centigrade. In this range, for silicon, resistance is directly proportional to temperature and its characteristic is linear. So advantage of the semiconductor thermistors are, these are inexpensive, rugged in construction and sensitive, compact in size, good frequency response they will have. And silicon will have certain disadvantage. It is not so reproducible as germanium. They have large negative temperature coefficient of resistance below minus 213 degrees centigrade. So remaining topics, thermistors and thermocouples, we have studied in 4th unit. Thank you very much.